Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. All right, I've actually got my phones turned on this time. They are connected, so you should be able to hear me much better than last time. Welcome. Happy Monday. Just give it a little bit of time here to let people get set up and on. While we're here, I'll just read our disclaimer. So in response to COVID-19, PSP is offering virtual fitness classes to Canadian Armed Forces members. By using social media platforms, the virtual fitness classes tailored to the CAF members become accessible to all. Participants who are not CAF members recognize and acknowledge that their age, health status, and physical fitness level are unknown, and it is entirely up to each individual to assess their ability to participate in this class. Since it is preferable to consult your physician prior to beginning, we invite all participants who are not CAF members to consult the Get Active questionnaire from CSEP. It's a reference document below if you're interested in looking at it. If you experience any pain or difficulty during the exercise presented in this video, it is recommended that you stop and consult a healthcare provider. And if any CAF members do get injured during this video, please fill out a CF98 form. All that information is off on the side as well. Good morning, Dean. Good morning, Catherine. All right, so we're gonna get started here. What I've got planned is a spinal care workout for you guys. Not workout, sorry, stretch class. If you're like me, you might notice or have noticed that all of the sitting at home, sitting on the couch and doing work, not in the proper way that a desk would put you, is really taking a toll on my back. So it's very important that we take care of that and keep our mobility and flexibility in our spine healthy so that we can stay healthy while we're working. My name's Rebecca, by the way. I'm from PSP Esquimalt, based out of Victoria. So we will go through neck and upper back, and then we'll get into the lower back. Nothing too hard today. We're going to be sitting and lying the whole time. So get comfortable, have your water close to you, grab a pillow, grab a blanket if you want, but you won't need it. And we'll get started. All right, so we're going to start seated on our mat or on the floor, the carpet, whatever you've got. My video is doing funky things, so hopefully it's not doing that on your guys' side. We're going to start here, legs crossed or out, however is comfortable for you. You can sit on a pillow if it's comfortable, more comfortable. Hands are just going to start on the knees. We're going to start here with some breathing exercises. So we're going to focus on a nice big inhale, 4 seconds in, and then 4 seconds out on the exhale. So just focus here on your breath for a few counts. Let your muscles relax, drop your shoulders, feel your feet and your butt in the floor. Just focus on the breathing here. Close your eyes, relax. Just notice how your body feels. We're not thinking about anything here other than our breath for a few more seconds. Let the heart rate come down. Good. From here, we're going to start with our neck. So we're going to start with a little bit of neck mobility, starting by looking up to the ceiling and coming back down here. Working at your own pace. This can be as fast or as slow as you want. Good. From here, we're going to go ear to shoulder. Same thing, working with the breath, side to side. So this whole class, I want you to just focus on how your body feels. If something's not comfortable, don't do it. You can always just lay on the floor, go into child's pose. We're going to look side to side here. Any stretches that we do today shouldn't be painful. If they are, come out of it, back off a little bit. Good. From here, we're going to do a half circle. So ear goes to the shoulder. You're going to roll the chin down around halfway, all the way to the other side. Back and forth here. You might feel a little bit of crunching. That's normal. The more we move our joints, the better they get. When I remember, I'll try and do this every morning just to get my neck moving. All right, we're going to come all the way around, this time full circle. Chin goes up, around, and down. We'll do a few times on each side. Remembering here to keep the shoulders dropped and relaxed. Again here, other side. So I forgot to mention as well, you can play your own music if you want, or you can just enjoy the quiet, listening to your own breath. Good. I'm going to go into some neck stretches here. So we're going to start with our traps, and then we're going to work into the levator scapula back in the back of your neck. So we'll start with the traps. The chin and the nose are going to stay facing forward, but you're going to drop your ear to your shoulder. And here you can have your arms behind you. You can have them on your knees, whatever's comfortable. You can also interlock them behind you for a little bit of an extra stretch. We're going to come just onto this one side. So here, really focusing on not rotating the head one way or the other. You want to stay nice and centered towards the front to hit the middle fibers of the traps there. A few nice deep breaths here. One more deep breath in. On the exhale, we're going to stay here, but we're going to drop the chin to the armpit. So you're going to feel a little bit of a different sensation. It'll be more towards the back of the neck. You might even feel it down into your shoulder blade, the top of your shoulder blade a little bit. A few more nice deep breaths here. This will be our Monday morning refresh. Maybe you had a weekend of exercise and activity, or maybe you were like me and sat around a lot on the couch. Either way, it's great to move the body. I'm going to switch over to the other side here. So switch arms in the back if you're doing that, or if you're just at the front, that's all good. So ear goes to shoulder. Trying not to rotate the head here, chin and nose stay towards the front. A few nice deep breaths. One more deep breath in, and exhale, we're going to drop the chin to the armpit here. Same thing as before. Try and stay nice and tall here. Don't let yourself hunch over. We want to stay proud in the chest, keeping the spine activated. Chin to the armpit. One side is always a little bit tighter than the other. I'm right-handed. My right side's a lot tighter because I tend to lean on that side. One more nice deep breath in. Good. I'm going to do just a few half circles here, get the movement back in the neck. And we're going to work into the T-spine, so the upper back, or the mid-back, sorry. So you can stay seated like this. You can sit on a pillow if it's more comfortable. You can sit however you like. We're going to interlock the fingers behind the head here, just at the neck to keep the upper neck, or the neck, sorry, stable in the position. So elbows are going to come together from here. We're going to bring the elbows up without bending our neck back. We're just rotating the upper back. I'll show you from the side. So we're here, we're going up, extending through the T-spine, and then we're going to come down into flexion here. So as much flexion as you can get. We're going to go back and forth here. Moving with the breath. Might feel a little bit of tightness or difficulty going backwards. If it's painful, stop. But it should feel like a little push through the back. Just going back and forth here, just focusing on the upper back, mid back. Neck shouldn't be moving too much. The hips shouldn't be moving too much. All the area around the rib cage. So while we're getting a little bit of mobility here, we're also strengthening as we come up and back. One more time, nice deep breath in. And exhale, come forward. Good. From here, we're going to go into a little bit of a spinal twist. So one arm is going to go behind, the other arm on the knee. Really light twist here. A few nice deep breaths. Shouldn't be like cranking back, but just a nice comfortable twist through the spine. And we'll take some deep belly breaths here. Really fill up the stomach. And exhale. Feeling like that corset that's around your belly is tightening as you inhale and loosening as you exhale. One more deep breath in. Exhale, we'll come forward. We're going to switch sides. So your other arm is going to go to the knee and you're going to rotate to the other side, sitting nice and tall here. If you feel like you're slouching back a little bit, just put your hand behind you. You can prop yourself up, making sure your shoulders are down and relaxed. And notice here where you've got tension. Is it in your hands? Are you grasping? Is everything relaxed? Just release that tension wherever it's being held. One more deep breath in. Exhale, we'll come forward. All right, we're going to come onto our hands and knees. So however you want to do that, nice tabletop position here. We're going to work a little bit into the mid back and then into the hips and lower back. So starting with some cat-cow here, we'll start by dropping the belly down, raising the head up, looking towards the sky or the ceiling. I'm going to rotate the other way and tuck the hips in, tuck the head, tuck the chin. Full spinal flexion there. And back the other way. Now with your own breath here, you can go back and forth as slow or as fast if you want. If there's one spot that you like in particular, feel free to stay there. You're keeping the shoulders down. They shouldn't be tucked up by your ears. Couple more times here. Good, we're going to come back to neutral here. So tabletop, we're going to go into what's called low dog, I believe. There might be a different name, but I don't know. Our hips are going to stay high. It's kind of similar to child's pose. So our arms are going to come forward. You're going to walk down to put your elbows on the ground here. So notice that my hips are nice and high. I'm not coming back into child's pose. I'm staying high. Already feeling this in my upper back. So you can relax your head on the ground here. Just let gravity do the work here for your spine. A few nice deep breaths. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging, you can also add a little elbow bend. Bring the hands together behind the head. A nice tricep stretch. This one is so great to reset if you've been sitting at your desk all day, hunched over. One more nice deep breath in. Exhale, we'll drop the arms if they're up, and we're going to come back into tabletop position here. From here, we're going to go into downward dog. So you're going to tuck your toes under in the back. And now if downward dog does not feel comfortable for you, feel free to go back into what we were just doing or child's pose, wherever you're comfortable. So we're going to shoot the hips up to the ceiling here. Nice and tall, the tailbone's going towards the ceiling. And here our heels are going towards the ground for a nice big stretch in through the hamstrings, the calves. Relax the head, relax the shoulders here. You can walk it out if you want. A little back and forth. Whatever's comfortable for you. If you want to explore a little bit and come down with the elbows or back and forth, it's up to you. You can do whatever you like. From here, we're going to reach the right leg nice and high as you can. We're going to swing it through to the outside of both of our hands. So from here, we're going to come into a pigeon pose. So the leg is coming down in front of you. The feet can be out nice and far or tucked in, wherever you're comfortable, wherever your flexibility or mobility allows you to be. Here, drop the shoulders. Find a spot that's comfy. You can put a bolster under that one side of the cheek. And we're going to come down. Just relax the head onto the ground for a few nice deep breaths. Nice big stretch in through the hip rotators, the glutes. And again, here, noticing any tension that you might have in your fingers or your toes. Just let that go. Couple more nice deep breaths in. Good, coming back up here. We're going to drop the hip down, coming out of this pose, back to tabletop position. From here, tuck the toes under. We're going to come back up into downward dog. So just where we were before, we're going to repeat that on the other side. So you can walk it out or stay put, up to you. Hips reaching towards the ceiling, nice and long through the spine. Shoulders are away from your ears. We're going to go for the left side this time. Reach the leg up, as far as you can and swing through into pigeon pose in the front. So find a position that's comfortable here. Again, you can put the bolster underneath there or a pillow to prop you up a little bit if you're uncomfortable. And that leg can be at whatever angle you want to have it. From here, just coming down onto the mat. For a few nice deep breaths. Letting go of that tension in your fingers, your toes, your neck, your shoulders, wherever it is. Couple more deep breaths. Good, we're gonna come back up. Drop the hip down, we're gonna come out of it. Nice work. All right, we're gonna go into a seated position. And I'll go this way. So legs out in front of you, sitting nice and tall. You might already be feeling a little bit of a hamstring stretch here, so that's okay if you've got a little bit of a tight hamstring. We're gonna start with the legs bent, toes out in front. We're gonna reach forward nice and tall through the spine, and you're just gonna walk your feet down a little bit. So from here, we'll start with them a little bent. Take my socks off. So we'll start with the knees bent just to ease into things. From here, finding a position where you're feeling a little bit of tension in through the back of the legs, but not too much. And we're gonna drop the head down. So a few nice deep breaths here. If you've got really long hamstrings and you're flexible, feel free to straighten out your legs. Those of us who don't might need to work a little bit slower into it. And this might even be your max. So if this feels good and you don't want to go further, absolutely don't have to. From here, we're going to walk a little bit forward. Try and get the legs a little bit straighter if you can. Toes are staying towards the ceiling and dropping the head down. So all the nerves that run from your brain all the way down to your legs, we're just putting those on a little bit of a stretch right now as well. That's why you might feel it all the way into the tips of your toes from your upper back or your head. Couple more nice deep breaths here. All right, we're going to release the hands, just walk back up into seated. We're going to come onto our backs. So here, finding a spot on your mat, legs out in front, arms at the side. You're going to give your legs a little bit of a hug here. So here you can use your elbows, you can use your hands, whatever's comfortable. Play around with it here. We're going to just do a few little rolls back and forth with the hips. So if you just feel like you want to hold here, feel free. You can go side to side, up and down, back and forth, whatever feels good. Do a few circles one way. Just getting a little bit of movement in through the lower back. And you can go the other way. You can also give yourself a hug here and roll back and forth. Give yourself a nice little back massage. You can come forward and back if you want. Up to you, whatever's comfortable. few more nice deep breaths. And we're going to drop our feet back onto the ground. So next up, we're going to put our arms out into a T here. We're going to do a little bit of core activation and a stretch. So with the stomach, you don't want to just flop your legs off to the side, but we want to activate the core so that everything's turned on. And we're going to drop our knees, keeping our shoulder blades on the ground. Now, if this feels really uncomfortable, options here, you can put a pillow under your knees here to prop you up higher, or you can put one in between your knees, whatever feels good. We're just going to come off to the side. And here, just find that nice rotated position through the spine. Take a few nice deep breaths. Release any tension in your toes, your fingers, your legs, wherever you're holding it. One more nice deep breath in. Good. Coming back to neutral here. We'll do a few windshield wipers, just back and forth. Drop the legs side to side. Get a little bit of movement back through the spine. Good. We're going to repeat that on the other side. So bring the legs up. Nice activation through the core, arms at the side, shoulders stay on the ground. We're going to come off onto the other side. Again, here you can use a pillow under your knees, in between, if you need. Nice big side stretch here. Couple more deep breaths. I'm going to come back to neutral here. A few windshield wipers. And you can bring the hands in. We're going to do one more stretch. This one is Danielle's favorite if she's watching, but she did it in her last class and I really liked it. So we're going to do it again. What you're going to do is shift your hips to the right side of your mat. Do the banana stretch. Your legs are going to go to the left side. So hips go to the right, and then your right leg is going to cross over the left hip. And from here, the arms are going to come up to the left side as well. So you're a nice big banana on one side, stretching through the whole right side of the body. Now from here, you're just going to relax the arms, the legs, and take a few nice deep belly breaths. Really fill up the whole belly and exhale to release. One more breath in. And we'll drop the arms, bring the legs out, back to neutral here. You shake it out a little bit if you need a few windshield wipers. I'm going to move the hips over to the left side of the mat. So hips go left, arms and legs are going to go to the right. So cross that left leg over top of the right, and you're going to reach the arms up to the other side. Here, relax the limbs. Let your body sink into the mat. Focus on your breaths. One more breath in. Good, coming back to neutral. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of a relaxation exercise. So you can lay flat. I'm going to show you a different technique just to relax your body. So legs are bent and then the knees fall in together so that they are just relaxing on their own. You don't need to work to keep them up. They are still bent. From here, we're going to just take the arms, cross them in front, and rest them on your forehead. Hopefully I'm not making the mic go all funky on us. I'm just going to relax the arms over top of the eyes. Let all the light out here and just focus on your breath. Let your body sink into the mat. Go through from your head to your toes, each body part, and just actively think or tell it to relax. Letting all the worries for this week melt into the mat. All you need to think about right now is being here. If you want to stay here for an extra little bit of time, feel free to turn off the video and just continue doing your own relaxing or meditating, whatever you feel is best for you. But for the rest of us, we're just gonna sit back up. Great job today. I hope that you got something out of this video, whether it was just some time to relax or a little bit of a stretch into the back. Hopefully your spine is feeling refreshed and healthy. So next up on Tuesday, tomorrow, we've got Adam at 3 o'clock with a HIIT cardio workout. I'd love to see you there, but otherwise that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining, everybody. Happy Monday, happy rest of the week. Enjoy the rest of the day. See you later.